Have you ever felt like that government does not have your best interest in heart? Do you feel like that no matter who you vote for, no matter who's in office, could care less about you and what matters to you? Then you should consider reading more about anarchism. According to dictionary.com, anarchism is a doctrine urging the abolition of government or governmental restraint as the indispensable condition for full social and political liberty. And that doctrine, as well as two influential theorists, is what I am going to be talking about today in this video. One of the most influential anarchists is Emma Goldman, born in Kovno, Russian Empire, present-day Kaunas, Lithuania, to a Jewish family. Goldman emigrated to the United States in 1885. Attracted to anarchism after the Haymarket Affair, Goldman became a writer and a renowned lecturer on anarchist philosophy, women's rights, and social issues, attracting crowds of thousands. She and anarchist writer Alexander Berkman, her lover and lifelong friend, planned to assassinate industrialist and financier Henry Clay Frick as an act of propaganda of the deed. Frick survived the attempt on his life in 1892, and Berkman was sentenced to 22 years in prison. Goldman was imprisoned several times in the years that followed, for inciting to riot, and illegally distributing information about birth control. In 1906, Goldman founded the anarchist journal Mother Earth. In 1917, Goldman and Berkman were sentenced to 2 years in jail for conspiring to induce persons not to register for the newly instated draft. After the release from prison, they were arrested, along with hundreds of others, and deported to Russia. Initially supportive of that country's October Revolution, which brought the Bolsheviks to power, Goldman reversed her opinion in the wake of the Kronstadt Rebellion and denounced the Soviet Union for its violent repression of independent voices. In 1923, she published a book about her experiences, My Disillusionment in Russia. While living in England, Canada, and France, she wrote an autobiography called Living My Life. After the outbreak of the Spanish Civil War, she traveled to Spain to support the anarchist revolution there. She died in Toronto on May 14, 1940, aged 70. During her life, Goldman was lionized as a free-thinking, rebel woman by admirers, and denounced by detractors as an advocate of politically motivated murder and violent revolution. Her writing and lectures spanned a wide variety of issues, including prisons, atheism, freedom of speech, militarism, capitalism, marriage, free love, and homosexuality. Although she distanced herself from first-wave feminism and its efforts toward women's suffrage, she developed new ways of incorporating gender politics into anarchism. After decades of obscurity, Goldman gained iconic status by a revival of interest in her life in the 1970s, when feminist and anarchist scholars rekindled popular interest. Another influential and the first self-declared anarchist is Pierre-Joseph Proudhon, who was a French politician and the founder of mutualist philosophy. He was the first person to declare himself an anarchist and is widely regarded as one of the ideology's most influential theorists. Proudhon is even considered by many to be the father of anarchism. He became a member of the French Parliament after the Revolution of 1848, whereafter he referred to himself as a federalist. Proudhon, who was born in Besançon, was a printer who taught himself Latin in order to better print books in the language. His best-known assertion is that property is theft, contained in his first major work, What is Property? Or An Inquiry into the Principle of Right and Government, published in 1840. The book's publication attracted the attention of the French authorities. It also attracted the scrutiny of Karl Marx, who started a correspondence with its author. The two influenced each other. They met in Paris while Marx was exiled there. The friendship finally ended when Marx responded to Proudhon's The System of Economic Contradictions, or The Philosophy of Poverty, with the provocatively titled The Poverty of Philosophy. The dispute became one of the sources of the split between the anarchist and Marxist wings of the International Working Men's Association. Some, such as Edmund Wilson, have contended that Marx's attack on Proudhon had its origin in the latter's defense of Karl Grun, whom Marx bitterly disliked but who had been preparing translations of Proudhon's work. Proudhon favored workers' associations or cooperatives, as well as individual worker-peasant possession, over private ownership or the nationalization of land and workplaces. He considered social revolution to be achievable in a peaceful manner. In the Confessions of a Revolutionary, Proudhon asserted that anarchy is order without power, the phrase which much later inspired, in the view of some, the anarchist Circle Day symbol. Today, one of the most common graffiti on the urban landscape. He unsuccessfully tried to create a national bank, to be funded by what became an abortive attempt at an income tax on capitalists and shareholders. Similar in some respects to a credit union, it would have given interest-free loans. Throughout this video, I have kind of been all over the place, but I brought up Goldman and Proudhon to introduce you, the viewer, to some anarchist theorists' ideas. I encourage you to go to a library and take out some anarchist books, look up anarchist videos on YouTube, and do your own research. As much as I would like to go on about anarchism, I am going to end the episode here. I thank you for watching this video. And if you want to know when I upload new videos, click the subscribe button and the bell button next to it to get notified when I upload a new video.